February 6th, 2026. Happy birthday, Bob Marley. One love. But it's day 5 of year of meditations in a year of high consequence. Yeah, day 5, part 2. And I'm just going to keep rolling with these. It's a new rhythm I'm in, and I'm taking on just the role of focalizing, running these meetings of the Intrepid Citizens Council. So right now, whoever's listening, you're in the Intrepid Citizens Council. I know there's a couple of you. You don't have to respond. Anybody that wants to be more in on it, it's going to be an open dialogue with Zoom meetings and things at some point. But things keep moving really fast. We have all kinds of disclosures going on left and right. Some of the evil weirdness of the elites, just more fuel for the fodder of like, oh, look at them pointing at fingers. Oh, they manipulate us so much, which, okay, maybe they do. But that's the system. That's the system we're all bought into till we shift the paradigm of it. And I've been, there's people make careers out of fine tune picking the flaws in the system. Look at this, what's wrong. Look at that's what's wrong. And well, I wonder how that did that. Yeah, go all the way to the root of it, and you understand. To me, a very obvious, simple point. It only took a regular hippie to get this one. However, you want to malign hippies, they got this basic fact that seems to elude the rest of y'all taking careers to study and have like field studies about, hey, maybe we should go back to community a little bit or make it mean something somehow. Duh. But meanwhile, enough people instinctively know that Amish and others have kept kind of close to their cultural roots, not been mesmerized by the commodity, but also the idea that each one of us has a unique, fantastic role as a superhero, as if. And there are a lot of things that have been brought to the world, modern world. Look at all this stuff right here. Look, metal and all this stuff. I can't. I want to say, stop, goddamn pointing fingers. Yeah, there's been colonialization. Yeah, the tribes. I'm Astro-Indigenous. I don't care what you say. I have previous visions of previous lives, and mostly as an indigenous, as you would call it. I'm indigenous. Who's not indigenous? If you connect with what the hell's going on in your ecology, but people's communities have been fractured. Anyway, I'm doing these, and it's in the year of high consequence. So we're moving from trying to get some concepts together and then visualizing some projects. Right up front, I want to talk about my friend from Tanzania, and he's got this app, MSLE MSELI. Get used to pronounce Mbate. That's the soccer player. So this would be Mseli. Mseli. And it's a thing where you connect with your people that you love. Like just much easier to say, hey, how's everybody? And you got 30 people that you more or less want to be in tune with. I'm pushing it because it needs to happen, that kind of thing. And right on top of that, you go to the next level. You go, what's your community of like people you need to survive? That gets way more complicated. But essentially, so there is a fractal, and Mseli is a fractal of where we need to go. You fractal that up to the worldwide thing, and you take it to all the different topics, and you have a blueprint of where you need to go. There's an edit right there. But there's other projects like that we can start talking about. A subset of that would be, how do you constructively put your just as regular friends, the same group of 30, whatever you got, your main friends. Now most people have already lost their connection to that many, but a lot of people still have it. Mine is scattered all over. People can start with their families. That would be an easy way to get there. But you want to go to like the people you really want to be with, love. I would say there's a whole industry as being a network broker to I'm talking industry, a whole career. And when I say I'm not talking about profit, I'm talking about providing. Because if you go for providing, then you connect to wise use. And anything that can like sustain and provide is successful. If you want to expand, sustain, and provide, the way to do that is to expand, cooperate and have it be connected locally on a global basis and or on an extending network basis. But the whole community-based paradigm is about cooperation internally, and once you got that straight, it's easy to understand cooperation between, and businesses cooperate a lot more than they let you know. But they let us as individuals, but even within their own company. And the thing is, it's a disconnect conceptually, I want to say. But I don't think we got here conceptually. We got here, you look at history, how we got here, there's different ways and there's different vectors to get here. And there's different ways of looking at it right now from all kinds of different perspectives, all of which are entirely valid. Because why? Because they're lived, they're grounded. So the United States is representing Christian values, let's say, currently with the right wing, and the idea that we're going to use our resources to advance efficiency and deliverance of excellence, and let's hold to the higher version of everything, uh, and let us all pursue our higher learning and all become artists. So you think it doesn't? You don't get that? We can all be artists now. Okay, listen. A lot of those things are everything's coming to fruition now potentially, but also the worst side of it potentially. So community-based businesses would suggest the building blocks of community of businesses are the community members, and you can approach that from different sides. You can start with your neighborhood. Right now, people, I don't know the neighborhood next guy over there. My next person I know is like a ways off. The people in the family I associate know a couple more people, but they grew up over here and they don't really know that many people. It was their grandma's house, so she's passed on. And all these connections are kind of loose right now. I have vectors of 17 by 18 I mentioned. There's that many ways to approach this, I'm sure. But one of them is just the people you know, and then which msele. I got to get more hooked up with that right now. Yeah, we're in the year, so things are happening right now. I'm going to invite people to the Intrepid Citizens Council. We're going to start a neighborhood party unlimited, all in caps, as a Facebook group. And this is going out to a YouTube as well. I could use some help with podcasts or, I'm pure content. I don't know if you guys get this. I share a lot of other things too. Facebook wants me to be more pure content. Okay, you got it coming then. So it's going to be, I'm going to cut these. I can post them at 15:52. The last one I just by the and otherwise I have to chop them up, and my machine for chopping them up makes me have to do them 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes. So that's how the YouTube channel is going to get fed. One of these, and then the edits. Anybody paying attention there? I'm looking out the window. It's so beautiful. And it's about organizing. Although, it helps to organize to get more people viewing. So people want to give it likes. I got 500 something on one of them and 0 likes. I don't know if I like that or what does that mean? It's like, yeah, Mike, nobody understands what the hell you're talking about. Okay. Well, don't try to put me away, though, please. Don't. This is annoying. It was very annoying the first time because people thought I was tripping. I'm not tripping. I'm having very coherent visions. If you stop a minute, but it's arrived at through focused meditation and I think very diligent, reductionist reasoning. And I was in there for a little while. 4 months. It was my spring project, senior year. I can say that because I want to bring up the men in white. Yeah, I was in the visions I've spoken about right around my birthday, right around now, exactly now, 52 years ago. Is that what we're saying? Yeah, 73. And a couple of spirit visions I've referred to, which make me be able to understand how Jehovah is a real force and a real entity, and you can call him the father god of the physical cosmos. But the one mind source thing is a cloud of presence that is before then, precedes that. But things happen in sequence, and they do happen just once. From the Buddhite perspective, it's a recurring universe, and it extends indefinitely in all directions. That's a paradox of infinite recurrence, or whatever you want to call it, regression, which are ridiculous, just paradoxes that don't work. But there's other paradoxes that somehow work. And paradox, maybe it's just until we understand it, then it's not so much of a paradox. A three-sided paradox is the cornerstone of the material plane in one of these visions. The next vision showed me how the first being is feminine, and then Jehovah comes in at the next round, but I didn't want to go that way. I've already explained it. But I've seen the men in white. I was in there for 4 months. I tried to, they didn't let me relax the Sunday after I had that vision. People were asking too many questions. I'm like, geez, please leave me alone. I'm done. I got my vision. It's like, are you sure? It looks like you might be tripping, mother. And I got dragged down out. I got dragged against my will. And perhaps that kept me from being recruited by the CIA. If you want to recruit me now, you guys, come on. Because that's what they were doing, it turns out. See, a lot of validation coming out lately for all these things. Weirdly, the e-files coming out showing how dark the elites are, that's validation for the Jehovites and their whole Bible story and the whole idea you're pointing at a quote unquote evil and the 10-horned beast elites that own and manipulate and do dark shit. Yeah, turns out that's kind of true, isn't it? Yeah, but I say the Jehovite whole thing is this last a couple thousand years. It's what's relevant to the story of trying to like remind everybody, you know what, there is kind of a big daddy force that is overseeing the whole. We're trying to make it a final transition right now, not just another ascension. And the quirkiness of it to me validates that it's real. But I've also seen that the other thing's real too. And then part of that is you can make things work. And they've got validation in what I'm calling the materialized scientific proof that there is the whole energy of presence and spirit and people being able to influence it with all the things that the mystics are talking about. Not only can you bend a randomizer with your intention, but if you have somebody you love in the room with you and you both try to do it, it multiplies the effect. And you can heal yourself by keeping your head cool, and you can just have more attention and all these mental things. You can call it just psychology or spirit if you like. It's the same thing because spirit is the energy of being there. So we're at a place where people are freaking out, and then you got a place where people are pitching like all this cool new information because it's coming out now. Whether you say it's prophecy, and part of it is, I'm telling you, but the other part of it is that even from the materialized side, anthropologically, as a species, society that comes to the brink, you're going to have people like stepping outside their normal. But a lot of people are and thinking outside the box and maybe making connections. And right now, I say, look at this amazingness. I could be talking to China right now. So the fact that if something were to come together, it could be shared that quick. And meanwhile, this is a meeting of the Intrepid Citizens Council, the Neighborhood Party Unlimited, which could be a real project. And that's the unlimited part. Yeah, you want to go local with it. And Vermont's a good place to start it. Twice we brought it out. 3 times we brought it out. In New Mexico, at Burning Man, and in Vermont. All 3 places. Everybody loved it. Press really liked it. And it's a good organizing tool, whether you do it for real or not. And the principle is you got communities respecting each other whatever way they do, and then the neighborhood party network is the thing that you have protocol, how you interact. And that's how a business economy could work. That's how a real economy could work. I wanted to get into more specifics. I was going with the Mseli. So next you could have projects of where's your food coming from and those people, and have all those like in a tight network you check in every day. But that just can be an app of convenience, or it cannot be an app of how you actually arrange your consumption. I think there's an important one. You take that same concept, apply it to. It gets more complicated, and there's ways to do this. Probably a network of apps that allow you to like plan your whole consumption from a much more integrated to the communities that you're trying to work with, whether or not you're explicitly working with them. Another one that lets you begin to make the explicit connections. And I'm into a phase where I post it to YouTube so I can get the transcripts, but it's not useful transcripts that I can somehow edit into little things. So I'm still kind of stuck trying to do that by hand. I was good at doing it by hand. And I've got several points of outreach out here in Tallahassee. Um, and meanwhile, this is a report to the Intrepid Citizens Council. I'm taking on the role of just running the meeting until somebody else steps up. And you guys can connect with me on PM, whatever, we can do chat. It's few people now. Margaret Mead talked about only 20 some odd is the basic council, and that's about how many can talk to each other intelligently across the board. Right now, we only got 2 or 3. I know there'd be a few more if they could listen to me talking, and those among the ones that want to see it on paper, maybe I can just shoot them a transcript. This makes sense to me, but sometimes I have to listen to it a few times, so I'm not waiting on people to really catch it. And meanwhile, things move on. I'm going to probably do another couple maybe today. Who knows? Things happen. There's a lot.